Motorsport brake systems work in extreme environments. Whether it's a trophy truck, a spec Miata, or a TA2 Camaro, these extreme uses put brakes to the test. High-popping deceleration rates and temperatures above 1600 degrees Fahrenheit mean that preparing a motorsport brake system can take a bit more attention than a street car. Contrary to the obvious, a disc brake doesn't just rely on pressing a pad against the rotor. As you use the brakes, pad material is shed, creating a layer on the face of the rotor so that braking is actually occurring by pressing pad material against other pad material. Creating this transfer is what we refer to as bedding brakes. And the more extreme the environment, the more we need to focus on proper bedding. Bedding the brakes uses a process of heat followed by cooling to transfer brake pad material onto a clean rotor, creating a layer of material for the pads to interact with and function properly. To do this, we need to bring the brake system up to operating temperature without shocking the system. This can be done with repeated controlled stops or on the track using our first practice session. If we don't have the track at our disposal, we do this by engaging medium pedal pressure at 30 to 40 miles per hour, 3 to 5 times to bring the system up to temperature. Once at temperature, we'll apply strong brake pressure to slow at the edge of ABS interference from 60 to 80 miles per hour, another 3 to 5 times. It's important we don't come to a full stop so that we don't create uneven pad deposits on the rotors. If we're at the track, we can do the same thing during our first session. Focusing on bringing the system up to temperature using medium pedal pressure at half pace. Then moving to race pace and braking full force just before ABS comes into play or the tires lock up. Similarly, 3 to 5 good examples of each will help us get the material transfer we need. Regardless of which way we bed the brakes, we want to let them cool so that the material layer we created has time to cure. This is often simply the time between your first and second session or your drive back to the garage. What's important is we don't drag the brakes or hold the brakes engaged when stopped while they are hot, as this can create uneven pad material surfaces, creating the impression of a warped rotor. Bedding should be done anytime new brake pads are installed. However, you can rebed brakes at any time to try and resolve any deposit issues or just to reset the system. When reusing an old rotor, it should be cleared of previous material before bedding new pads by scuffing with 120 grit sandpaper or having them turned. Remember, there's 2 material surfaces at play, both the pad and the rotor. If we don't clean off old rotors when switching compounds, we're braking with 2 different pad compounds. You now have a motorsports braking system properly prepared to give you uncompromised peak performance on the track, the trail, or the course.